Clogged pipes and plugged up toilets can bring a busy family to its knees. At Stinkweed, we know and understand you and your family just don't have time for that. Stinkweed, fast, professional plumbing you can count on. Call 2 in a black, DREDGE 5. That's 2 in a black, DREDGE 5.
I was brought to my knees when Stinkweed dredged my pipes.
First off, thank you so much, everybody, for all the playmat orders. Really been blown away. I think we have sold like 3 times more than the entire history of PauperRBust since we did that. So, yeah, we're going to play that promo in a little bit, but thank you so much. Some of you have ordered all 3. I was blown away. So somebody out there is really going crazy on the PauperRBust pride. So, and I'm not complaining. Shirazman, hey, it's like we're solo today, both Nim Chimpskey and Little Fight gone. So, hey, no hats, please. Good to have you with us. We're playing MakingSmartPlays. Him and I go, I think it's a him. I shouldn't say that, really. We go way back. I've always been very impressed with their designs, and this is really reminiscent of my deluxe red build, being that, you know, lava darts and a lot of cantrips, but it also just 5-0'd. The only change I made, I think it was a slight oversight. I'm sure he's got a reason for it, but he ran red Elemental Blast instead of Pyroblast, and the only reason I swapped them is because Pyroblast, you can just target a land, and if you have a Kiln Fiend out, it works. So, that being said, we have 17 lands, 15 of them are basics, and we got 2 Forgotten Caves, because this thing has a super low curve, and it's cantripping all the time. I think I called it red cantrip or something like that. Anyway, we've got Crash Through, which draws a card, Expedite, which draws a card, Faithless Looting, which gets rid of usually mountains, and Lava Darts, which serve double duty and can be tripped twice, Rite of Flame to get those quick starts, Warlord's Fury is a card I'll hold on a little bit, because a lot of people might just be like, huh? And yeah, AZ in 2K2, nice to see you. Let's go indeed. So yeah, I had to do a double take on this one. I was like, what? And then we've got the Galvanic Relay for the kind of reset value. Manamorphose just here for the cantrip, as is a lot of stuff. Here's our creature package. We've got 12, so we got to kind of, I wouldn't say mulligan aggressive because we got a lot of things we can do to get there. But you really want to see 1 or 2 in your opener. But we've got a Thermo-Alchemist, Kiln Fiend, and Firebrand Archer. And that sums up the 60. I've only tested this like 2 games, so I'm going to punt plenty of times today. But we all know the deck's there, and it's a 5-0 worthy. So Lorraine Sushi's in the house. All right. And Nim Chimpskey's here. All right. You could still make it. About to have dinner, of course. And you know what's funny, Nim Chimpskey? I've got 2 friends that just landed in your neck of the woods, and they are taking the train to the Netherlands right now. I just got a text from them, and I was cracking up, just like, hey, I know what time it is at Nim's house now. All right, in the sideboard, we got 4 Martyrs of Ashes, 2 Pyroblast, 2 Flaring Pain, 3 Smash, and 4 Cannonades. This is like a really good card if you're pretty dense red against Squirrel Storm, whatever you want to call it, Chatterstorm. But let's be honest, it's tournament practice room, and we usually don't see that, even though we come over-prepared for it. So Mercadian Merchants, it's go time. That's indeed. I should probably just load this up. And if you haven't, check out our I shouldn't say check it out because it's our first bathroom break of the day, but we've got a very cool new Pauper Power 9. Now, before you get too excited about it, it's our Pauper Power 9, and I was going kind of more for historic value and flexibility. There's a lot of ways you can tackle it, and of course, you know, everybody's like, why didn't you do this? Why didn't you do that? And it's like, well, the second I include any of those, then we're like in the Pauper Power 40, which says a lot of good things about the format. It was just my take on it. I left out Chatterstorm and some of the other stuff just because I think they're going to be banned. I keep hoping, I think, but we'll play first here and hope for the best. No lands. Okay, that's a pretty easy mulligan. We'll say no to that. We'll keep this. Hey, we got 3 creatures. We can come out pretty fast with this. I don't think I want to, though. Say keep. I think I'm just going to play the cave. And, yeah, I think I'm just going to play the cave. And what are we going to put back here? We have a cantrip. I don't want to get rid of our creatures. I'm actually going to get rid of the damn cantrip. We'll do that. I'm going to slow roll this just a little bit to get our guys out because there is a lot of removal in the format. And so I'm tempted to we just want to get our mana right. I'd like that Kiln Fiend to come out as a surprise with a little haste draw effect and maybe a Firebrand Archer to mop up some damage. And the second one to maybe do some extra punching. We'll see. Unless we see a forest or something like that. All right, cool. Booyah. Uh-oh. It's going to be hard to punch through this. The change of the deck list, yes, it was just, I didn't send it to you because I didn't think you were going to be here. Shiraz has the list. He posted it right up above there if you want to copy paste that. I appreciate it. Thank you for that, Shiraz. Yeah, the only difference I think is slight changes to the sideboard, and that's it. Yep. You know what? I'll lead off with an Archer. I want to wait for a little haste dude, maybe. I'd really like to get that second Archer out. Sometimes I got killed with this list. Forget who the player was, and I thought it was theirs, and they gave MakingSmartPlays credit, and I went and saw it, and I was like, oh, this is cool. But I just got killed without Kiln Fiend. In fact, both games, and I said, hey, Kiln Fiend will be really good in that. Little did I know, it's supposed to, they just didn't draw it. So there is that. So until we see a life gainer come down, well, it might be in this still, but surprising. I wouldn't think elves would still be around in this meta game. Let me see here. Let me bring out just the other Firebrand Archer. I'm going to hold here. Next turn I'll go crazy. Yo. So yeah, my wife's heading up to San Francisco to see our oldest yet again. Just left, so flying solo for the weekend. Long weekend here in the States with Memorial Day and such. So yeah, it's me and the little man. We're going to go play some Modern after this. So this is kind of the formula for propaganda. I do the thing, and then I upload, and I set it to private until it's like perfect HD quality. And it usually takes 2 to 3 hours, and then I send it. That's why there's always a delay. Last week, it was really weird. YouTube must have been going through something because, good grief, I think it was like 5:30 p.m. I mean, almost a full 6 hours later before it went down. I was really surprised. Well, they don't have any untappers. It might be worth attacking with the Firebrand Archer here. Well, there's 2 on the stack. Never mind, that's going to change. You can block with the Sentinel. Yeah. So yeah, just out of the blue, our inbox has just been bombarded with just numbers. Because if you know the playmats, you just tell us 1 if you want playmat 1, 2, 3, etc. And like I said, there were 2 people that ordered all 3. It's like, man, that's a chunk of change. You could buy like a start of a Modern deck with some of that, but I ain't complaining. Very cool. I just hope everybody that does it sends in their picture because it would be really cool to get some. I'm looking at you, Lorraine Sushi. I know I keep bugging you about that. One of these years. And we've even got a little slight update to that deck too because, you know, the ends, and now we've got the sleeves and stuff, but 90% of that promo stayed the same. Oh, and hey, if anybody sees Pauper Tim show up, please just at Propaganda me so I don't miss it because he left early and we owe him a burning card at the end of the show. So unless he doesn't show up, otherwise we've got Sandstorm, Gravedigger, white bordered plains, and a Circle of Protection black left. So I kind of want to torch more. So how do you order Propaganda swag? We've got I should have sent that list. If you go can find the link on our last video, where, you know, with the little, maybe one of our what do you call moderators can go quickly find that. I apologize if you just go to the show more on the video, it'll be like just copy paste that into the chat. I'd appreciate it, either Shiraz or Nim. Sorry, I've got caught a wee bit unprepared. Okay, so we're definitely going to bring in martyrs here. Let me make sure I write down this is elves, martyrs, and we even have the other one, but that kills our guys too. I did not Nim Chimpskey, but I just deleted it. I mean, not the video, but the actual file that's on the system, so it can't hiccup. So make sure to alert me, please. Just at Propaganda me if there's any tech issues or that sort of thing, because I see that off the corner and my eye goes to it. And last week I remember I was just like, come on, guys. Getting a little, it was a word I used, cryptic in the announcing of what's going down. So looks like we're going to get run over bad if we don't draw something good here. Maybe my early Kiln Fiend was the right play if it had but we don't have any trample. Could have maybe drawn into some, but we might get there with the Firebrand Archers. We'll see. Cryptic Command is right. You are all summoning that. We have 1 turn here. I don't think we can even use the Kiln Fiends at this point. This is kind of driving me crazy. Let's see. If we do this, we're not going to be able to get through, so I'm going to have to just kind of rely on damage triggered from the archers and hope for the best. We have 2. Let me draw into this. All right. We'll say red, red. Really, if we don't get there, we're just dead because their life gain is going to just put them so over the top here. Okay, we have a looting. With this much ground cover, it's going to be almost impossible, minus the trample, for that Kiln Fiend to get through. So, and it would need to be out now, and that's summoning 6. So, shoot, we're going to say, I guess we'll get rid of this and this. Play this. What if we just try to draw again? Let's loot here again. See if we can get there. That's 2. Come on, give us some good stuff. Spells. Okay. If we discard, shoot. Gonna be down. Well, this one's gone. And have we played a land? Yeah, but we're down. We're already down a. I hate to get rid of the relay, but this might draw us into some more stuff. Play the land. This. I wish we had the mana for that relay. I have first strike, but they've got a 12/12, so that's not that big of a deal. Say, okay, draw a card. Be something good. Lava Dart? No. All right, well, we got them halfway there. We'll scoop. There's no sense in walking through that pain train. They're going to smash us for probably lethal and gain like 40 life. So we'll just scoop it up, go to our super hateful sideboard. However, you have to be a little bit careful when it comes to, what do you call? What? Oh, Doko Goose. Yeah, I'm a big fan of Crypt Rats. I think everybody should be. It kills everything in the format, including Tron. I went 3-2 in the league with that last build I built, and I beat Tron twice, and it was because of Crypt Rats. You would think it's better against these kind of decks, and it is. But all right, so Martyr of Ashes comes in. I don't think we have to worry about much else. Maybe 1 Cannonade just in case stuff gets out of hand. I don't really think our Kiln Fiend is worth keeping. Lava Dart's going to be awesome. Gosh, is it that crazy? Do we just lose Kiln Fiend here? Let's see. Let's count up. We've got Warlord's Fury. Gains first strike, which not that important, so we'll lose one of those. Lava Dart I really like. Expedite, yes, cool. Crash Through with Trample is going to be huge. Maybe we get rid of 1 more Fury. Got to get rid of 3 more cards here. That draws. This goes. Maybe 1 Kiln Fiend. All right. I'm going to get rid of the. We'll do this. Boom. Hope for the best. Dum, bum, ba-dum. Fiery Cannonade. It's just that it kills everything but the Alchemist. Yeah, I want to play first. Okay, well, we could slow roll this a bit and hope they overextend. And we can put the Expedite on their creature. We'll keep it. Let's see how fast they want to overdo it. We're a little flooded, but it's good because we want to hit our curve pretty nicely. So I'll just lean out. If we do get a Kiln Fiend, it'll be pretty sweet because of the Expedite there. But yeah, these are the kind of decks you look at and they seem pretty basic, but they actually need quite a bit of playtime in it. And unfortunately, I'm not going to lie, I have not invested the time probably needed for that. So I'm going to set up here. I'm going to keep our Archer back. 3 lands is all we need. And if we draw some more, I'll get rid of some. I'll get rid of this, and I really like that relay. Do I get rid of the Archer? No. I'm going to feel like a fool if I get rid of that and the other one comes up. I'll get rid of Manamorphose. There we go. I'll just expedite his dude at the end of turn here, and we'll see. Actually, I should probably save it for the relay to storm off. I'm going to play the waiting game, try to clear him out, since we did draw our 1 Cannonade, and our Firebrand Archer is not of the pirate persuasion, so they will crash and burn. Fans of the show know Sir Ramsey's Toothmaker of Chatsuk, also known as Toothmaker on Twitch, is going to be coming over this Monday, Tuesday. So we're going to be playing a lot of Pauper tabletop stuff, having a good old time. Yeah, so lots of fun expected. Let me... I think I'll save that Expedite. Okay. I'm going to get a nice 4-for-1. The plan is we're just going to sit back on Cannonade and hope for the best. Maybe they'll tap all the way out for another Distant Melody and we can nail them. Note to self, I should probably lean on those Cannonades even harder against elves. I was thinking it kills our guys, but we can always, just like with Crypt Rats or Martyr of Ashes, you can always choose when you do it, obviously. So, I finally sent an email about 20 minutes before the show. Oh, nice, Lorraine Sushi. All right, well, look to have the pretty face on next week's show. Maybe. I don't know if I can get to it that fast, but all right, a bunch of 1-drops. We like seeing that because of what we're holding in our hand. Cannonade, I was thinking of making it onto the Pauper 9. So yeah, tried to do a lot of good stuff there. And you know, you run into that case where you're like, well, what about Pyroblast and Hydroblast and Red Element? And if you put all those in there, all of a sudden you've got like 2 spots left and you've only got sideboard cards. So a lot of the chat online, I was just kind of getting... mad's the wrong word. I was just kind of like, hey, come on now. It's a little ridiculous, guys. At some point, you gotta pull the trigger, right? Speaking of pulling trigger, out comes Cannonade. Pow! He's probably got a Hydroblast. That's the case. We're going to be hurting. Yo! Not good. Come on, something good. All right. Well, I guess we can go like this. We could play this next turn. Can do that. We'll rock this dude out. Play this. Set this up. Get our mana online. If I do that, I'm only going to have those. I'm just going to play it safe here and do this now. I could draw a card. We've already dropped our land. I'm just going to draw some cards and hope we get Martyr online. Exactly. Well, no, for a Pauper 9, it's like dink, 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 dink. All of a sudden you're out, right? And then it was like, you know, you have Ephemerate and you have Ghostly Flicker. Kind of do the same thing, right? You have Crypt Rats and Pestilence. Kind of do the same thing. But Pestilence is just for one deck, whereas, you know, Crypt Rats is used in kind of a variety of splash strategies and stuff. So, yeah, I just made some calls there. You'll see the list at the first break, which I unfortunately think we're going to be probably down a game. Elves provides a lot of life, a lot of speed, and a lot of bodies that get in our way, and our cantrips aren't singing quite yet. I've had 1 or 2 test draws with this list where I was like, holy crap, that's what happened to me when I faced it. But Cooper the Red in the house. It's been a while, my friend. Yo, yo, yo. So, oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, it was funny. I had this song on my mind that I had downloaded over a year ago, and I don't know if it's an editor thing or what. I just had a dream about it, and I was like, woke up just thinking of, you know, what is the Pauper Power 9, and posed the question to a few people the last week on our YouTube community page, and that was pretty cool. Did we find that link, guys, for the playmats? I'd appreciate if you could just copy it with the little code that comes along with it. It's all in one go underneath any of our last like 3 videos on our YouTube page. Should have that ready. I'll try to start sending that along too. I don't think we're long for this world with what we're looking at here. We've got another relay showing up with the Manamorphose. That'll go. We're not going to get through in that Well-Wisher. We really need to find a Lava Dart here, to at least just to stay alive against that, the beast. Okay, we will draw here. Play our land. Let's do some stuff here. We'll Manamorphose. Beep, beep. Go from here. Make sure to say red, red. Red, red. Alrighty, cool. I'm going to get rid of this right now. Bink. I wonder what the... It's already got access to blue mana. And I think, let's see, this one gains trample. This one gains haste. All right, well, regardless, we're going to have to, 1, 2, 3, we'll keep the haste here. We'll just play this to do it. Draw a card. Keep an eye on our 3 mana. Okay. We might, yeah, I think we can survive this turn. There's no gigantic fatties out there, right? Except that I really want to, you know, if we do this now, I think we'll be all right. Let's lava dart one more thing. Let's say the ranger for this. Go like this. Keep our storm count really nice and high. Since we have Expedite, I'm going to hold on to it till next turn, and then we can relay and maybe kill him. We'll see. And then we'll cast the relay here. Boop. Something like that. Yeah. It's a nice use of relay without always leaning on storm, right? Let's see what we're going to play with. Okay. Remember that lava dart is not there. It's just in exile, so got to be careful not to lean on that too heavily. We love lava darts. All right, so we have a lot of mountains. That is good. Yo. Hey, that's the what? Nope, that's not the one. I don't believe so. Nope, that's not it. You guys are understanding, if you look underneath any of our last 3 videos, the show more, it will say, like, you know, supporters of the show, and there's a link to the playmats there too. You just copy paste that. It's not an actual like video. It's just takes you to the actual site. It probably starts with yourplaymat.com or whatever the wording is there. All right, here we go. Timberwatch turning up the clock here. Boop boop doop. Barba polka. All right. This is why I'm so glad a lot of lists don't run Essence Warden. So you get that 1 turn reprieve. See if you can do stuff. We will be taking all of this, or a nice healthy 20. Not for long. Crunch. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. There goes half our life. Probably down to about 9-ish. Boink. Unless they've got some trick. And away we go. Please don't draw a land. We already have some we can play in exile. God dang it. All right. Well, there we go. Wish it into existence, I guess. This is it. We've got a thermo coming down. There's no life gainers on board, but it's kind of ridiculous to lean on anything else with regards to the other, what do you call? Hold on a minute here. Let me put haste on this so I can turn this dude on. Let me do this first. And now I can activate him. What did we draw? Ooh, that's pretty cool. Except that we're down a land. Son of a gun. One mana from it. Let's see. Can we survive? Yikes, this is pretty much our only top deck here. Pay 1. I'll tap here. Put this on the stack. Go like this. Don't believe it'll be enough. Untap here. Draw a card. Come on, be like lava dart, please. Not a land? It's a land. Thanks a lot, deck. We can't survive. We crash and burn. And it's just like that. Crunch. Munch. Wham. Yo, Festival Crashers. I can't quite remember Festival Crashers. That was brutal. Probably should have overestimated elves there a little bit because of the preponderance of men. I don't know how MakingSmartPlays would have played that. Maybe he brings in all 8 sideboard cards. I'm not quite sure, but that didn't feel good, especially first game. And then second game, 1 mana away from wiping the board with you-know-who. But we'll see how this goes. All right, this feels a lot better. We'll keep this. Boop. Guess we'll just lead off with an archer and call it a day. I really like I've always been trying to make Burning Inquiry work. I wanted to make a carefree red deck where you're just like, everybody's setting up their turn and doing all this stacking of the cards and the fates and stuff. So what is this? Green, blue? Okay. Let's get out an Archer. Relay showing up in spades. Boink. Posing his burn. Yeah, with as many Madness cards as being printed, maybe there's something there. Who knows? All right, well, there goes our attacking plan, at least for now. It's some sort of walls list. Ha ha ha. It's pretty regular to the tournament playroom. Pretty solid player. All right. Let's do this. And this. I don't know if it's really worth coming in there for that. Let me attack and see if he blocks with the trellis there. Just don't know if it's really worth that. Okay. We'll just let that go through. Keep that back. I'll save looting for next turn. Probably trying to dig a mountain if we don't get it. Pitch this, then we'll have at least 2 storm triggers on the line. So Shield Sphere might not be long for this world. We shall see. Another Wall of Roots. What is going on here? 91 cards in our opponent's list. There's the link. Thank you, Nim Chimpskey. So yeah, if you look at the yourplaymat.com link, and if you just copy paste that, that's the with the discount embedded in there. So you get a nice, I think, 10%. It's already worked in. So I think it's like within $1 of the other place, but we actually benefit from it. So anyway, you'll see the ad coming up here pretty soon. So good times. All right, well, we got that down. Let's you know what? Let's loot just in case. Let's loot. Put these on the stack. Maybe we'll get more lands. Hey, that's what we actually kind of wanted to see, right? We'll put those here. Rock like this. And you know what? I'm just going to do this. Even though we've only done the 2, I'm just going to get some lands, do some damage. Or not lands, but just set up. And it's only 2 cards, but we've got another one in hand. Then that'll count for next turn 2. And again, it's a whole lot of nothing. We'll attack here because we're just wearing that thing down, and it might become relevant at some stage. Who knows how long they need them? Yeah. All right. I'll be honest. I am so all in on my that black creation that draws more cards than any blue deck. I've been having so much fun with that. It's hard to not play that. I feel guilty. I always want to show you guys, and especially if some rogue deck 5-0s, I'm like, well, we might as well at least try it out, and people can learn through me what the benefits and pitfalls are and such. So, all right, this actually works out pretty good. We play the land, we do the thing, boop, boop. This is when you really want to draw a Kiln Fiend. Say red, red, because we have Expedite in our hand. Kiln Fiend? No. Well, we have 3, 2. We already got 2 there, so we can cycle this. All right, let's. I think we might want to save that. We might want to save that. I guess I'll just throw this on here. Give them haste. We draw a card. That way we draw it kind of no matter what. And I think we should attack here. That Lava Dart might become relevant. What are we at? 2, 3. Attack. Boop-a-doo. Now with this, we've already got quite a bit of damage. That's 4 spells. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. And then 5, 6, 7, 8. With just the Lava Darts. That's pretty cool. So let's do... let's just start shooting them in the face here. Yo. And then we'll go here. Next turn we'll try to relay that into a few other things. Let's see, there'd be 1, 2, we'll get them to 4. Boop. 0. Get some to 3. Get some to none. Death by dart. Good morning, Super Pooper 23. Whoa. So last week I was talking about my buddy Nocturnal, who has that fog deck called No Attacky. Never thought I'd build it in red. Of course we did attack, but it was only to wear down the sphere. Okay, another deck where Martyr of Ashes. This is a kind of a style. I think you should consider running Martyr main in this metagame with Affinity and Storm being such a thing. Maybe two. Do a 2-2 split. You can always side them out. 2/3 of Magic is sideboarding. I'm noticing now I kind of want to keep bringing them in. That being said, a lot of walls. Kiln Fiend's going to do a lot more damage here, so I don't want to lose any of my dudes. First strike isn't going to be that important. So I think I'll get rid of 2 of these, bring in these 2 dudes, and what else? Trample might be pretty relevant with all those big walls. Expedite I love. Expedite I almost never want to cut. I kind of want to get rid of Warlord's Fury. I think I'll go 1 and 1 here and bring in, I just want all 4 of these with all these walls. Cannonade's not going to do much here, and don't think we have to worry about fog. It's kind of got a nice built-in anti-fog with the Firebrand and the Thermo-Alchemist angle. So yeah, super pooper. Yeah, this is from Making Smart Plays. It's kind of a take on this. This just a style I've egocentrically always called Deluxe Red because I used to run all Kiln Fiends and Lava Darts, and so when I saw that I was like, whoa, this is a new take on that, and so it was pretty cool. We got just destroyed by elves, but it's probably just as much my fault as it is the decks because I'm pretty new to this. So we'll mulligan this, and we mulligan too if I remember right. All right, we have we've got creatures and we've got stuff. We just need to draw lands. This kind of hand though, if we Faithless Loot and we don't find lands, we're just destitute. I think I'll keep it. I'll put a Galvanic Relay down, say done, and hopefully draw a mountain. Doc Goose, that's pretty cool. I like that name. So we win from a surprise angle. Hopefully they bring in a bunch of fogs. Of course, not hopefully now that we've got Kiln Fiend online. Okay, this is looking better already. With this build, now I will lead off with Kiln Fiend. Usually I like to lead off with the Archer there to get a little extra in, but we do run the risk of running into a Hydroblast, but this is not the kind of deck that we want to wait around and do stuff later with, right? So hopefully they just don't have it. Hey, oh, maybe they do. Maybe they're waiting for the investment, right? So yeah, the new spoilers are coming out for the new Innistrad set, and there's like some mini Kiln Fiend everybody's getting excited about. I'm like, I don't know why everybody's getting excited about it. I guess that old new card smell thing, right? And with regards to the Power 9 video I'm about to play at the next break, you know, I just really had to get, so many people voted for Lightning Bolt and the nostalgia of it and just the sheer like flexibility of it from burn to just removal deck X or whatever. Yeah, Skred's better and Galvanic Blast is better in Affinity, but you know, those are really specific. So again, you know, like Rancor made the list, even towards the top. I even tried to do a delineation of like, it's a 9-to-1 countdown. So yeah, somebody played it last week, Cash Override, and they got a 5-0. That's why we're playing it. Yo, here we go. Up, cool. All right. Well, let's do this to this. We'll bring out Archer. The only thing I don't like about Crash Through, there's no secrecy in it, right? So I draw a card, I get the benefit, but it would be nice if I could get him to accidentally block. You know what I mean? Actually, like the land here. Attack. Probably going to get a bolt to the face here. Or I mean to the dog's face. Sometimes people ask me what I mean by a duress effect, and that's it right there. We know they don't have removal in red-based anyway. Otherwise, probably would have used it right there. It's a Fire Blast to the face. So you can slowly deduce what's in your opponent's hand sometimes. Of course, top decking really ruins all that math, doesn't it? So this is when I really do want to get flooded because I'm going to drop that land, Faithless Loot, and if I see a bunch of lands, I'm going to cheer because then I can just drop Relay. And I think that you got to kind of play Relay a little loosey-goose, especially when you got 2 of them in your hand. Just kind of use it as a draw 2 spell, even though it costs 3. Draw 2 or 3. It doesn't always have to go Nova. Top deck it late when you got 5 or 6 mana out, then obviously things change. Okay, we will do this. How cool is First Strike here? This is another sorcery, but it does draw a card, so I guess that's why all the benefit there. First Strike, not that great with a Kiln Fiend. I'd rather have Trample, but hey, we've got some hot dog coming over. There's that. I think we might be better served to play looting here. Let's see what we get. Okay, hey, trample's good. We don't really need this, and I think we're kind of done with the dogs here. We'll get rid of the dog. Yeah, and then I'll play Crash Through for some trample. Trample love. That overgrown battlement's going to have a lot to say about that, isn't he? That might be better served at another date, but I guess we could just play it. Given that we see... Well, Fiery Cannonade is probably more their removal package. So we have First Strike and Trample. We don't have to worry about not attacking with that. We will attack here. Make sure I can not do anything else. Okay, attack. Hiya! So yeah, I'm pretty sure. Actually, you know, the Quirion Ranger, it's like, well, why would you play one of those? Or block with the Ranger, right? I mean, Trample's one, but... Okay, oops, my coffee mug came down and almost caused me to punt. Boink. I don't know, you think we should risk it? I say we hold on to the Martyr of Ashes. Maybe they'll go Nova or something, right? We could always run the risk of running into a Cannonade of our opponents too, so... Very curious list. White border. Avert your eyes, my audience, please. Please avert. And I'm not going to lie, I am a wee bit moody today. Hopefully it's not coming across. I just got to be honest with you guys. I have gotten just a avalanche of removals. I've had one or two jobs that I had 2 or 3 interviews with, and they bright and early this morning, I get the rejection letter, and I was just like, it's like if it's in my little world, the job's either fake or they're not available, and then if I try to go anywhere else, they think I'm overqualified. So it's kind of maddening. Things are getting back to where they were like when the pandemic started for me, so I'm getting like a little antsy, so apologies if that's coming through. I will try to keep the mood elevated. All right, let's see what we can do here. Well, quite a bit really. Let's pull this off. Yeah, we can do a loot here. See what we're gonna get. Boom ba doom. Ooh, well. Yeah. Oh yeah, we can. Guess we don't even need that, do we? Let's get rid of these two. We will crash through. Can the Archer get there? No! Archer, where were you, man? Come on now. Well, the Trample might get there, right? Yeah, let's attack. We'll keep them back. Ten Trample. I think we gotcha, unless they untap that. Oh, they could have survived there. Use the Quirion. Oh no, let's see. Untap a forest. That does say forest. All right. So we're 1-1. I'm happy because this is a 50-50 so far. We got crashed and burned, and then we crashed and burned. So hey, I'm going to go get some more coffee, guys. Be a bit quicker show today just because of the nature of the deck, right? So here comes the Pauper Power 9. I hope I can go to the bathroom in time and come back for the goods. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoy, and hey, feel free in the chat to say your own Pauper 9 and stuff like that, but I'll be back right after this.
Nettles. They're the worst. Itching, stinging, nefarious nature nastiness. Like vastwood vines, they constantly irritate your skin. Once infected, you'll see them everywhere. But now, the Sentinel has you covered. A healing, Simic lotion for skin and hands. Hands that feel. Hands that hold, create, and remember. Sentinel's Hand Cream. The Sentinel for your skin.
And we're back. So hopefully you guys like that. We got a pretty decent hand here. I'll lead off with a mountain and hope we can nab a elf or a fairy. Actually, no elves, please. I'm still traumatized by that first round. Oh, I know, Cash Override. That's an endless well you're going down, my friend. It's never going to be a perfect Power 9. Everybody's going to go, yeah, but, or have their cards of choice or base it on something maybe historic or right now, or, you know, I was going a bit more for the, what is this? Rift Sower. Oh, yeah, the 2-mana dude. Okay, cool. Here we go. I'll rock like this, and I think I'll lead off with an Archer. Sure. Boop-a-doop. Meep. Here we go. That's right. Yeah, that's why I just said, hey, man, that's ours. Throw your own in the chat down below and stuff. So there's a video of that on YouTube if you want to chime in and go on the record. I didn't do it blindly, though. For about a week plus, I was asking the community on our YouTube page, you know, to just kind of list everything. And a lot of you chickened out. But I took your lists and just kind of compiled and kind of mix match. You know, this does 2, this does 1. Journey I almost put on there. Snuff Out, Cast Down were really close, but you know, I don't know. It was just it's tough. It's a tough exercise. And you don't want to be too biased. I also wanted to get the colors represented, right? So it felt like I was almost forcing in like Rancor at 9. It was like, oh, got to get green in there somewhere. It can't be. I mean, Weather the Storm. That's a really good card too, right? Makes you think like, maybe we should be playing that too. I think we have a little bit of an outing here, so I'm just gonna play the Archer and then swing. Next turn we might go Fireworks. You know what? That's a better name for this deck. Fireworks. I should name it that. Not that it's mine to name, but just for the sake of the video. Thank you for that, AZN2K2. I appreciate it. Took me quite a bit of time. It's funny when you edit to beats like that. It's one of my calling cards in the industry, and it's maddening because you watch the waveform, and so technically it's on, but just like thunder and lightning, people like to see the image a tiny fraction of a second before the audio hits. And it's just the way the human brain works. So if you line it up like a robot, it actually doesn't come across as well. But there's little tricks like that. And I always end up having to redo it. And I watch it like I've exported that video probably 11 times and deleted it each time because something was 1 frame off, 2 frames there. Because, you know, I have to keep rewatching it over the months or years that I do this show. And so sometimes I cringe. Like if you look real closely, I've got to fix I got a note. I always keep forgetting to fix the original Stinkweed Imp commercial. There's a little whitewash on the back that moves as a wall, and it drives me nuts. I don't think anybody's ever seen it, but I see it. I got to get rid of it. Yo. All right. Coffee is hitting. I'm feeling a bit mood elevation. Feeling good. We might be able to kill our opponent on this turn. Let's see. Those elves aren't going to be long for this world, are they? Ka-chong. All right. Okay. Let's do this first. Whoosh. Pop, pop. And we will yield to these. Fireworks. That's what I got to call it, man. Too bad we didn't play this on the 4th of July, right? That's more of a all-American thing. Got to remember. We got an international audience. So let's draw some cards. We'll say first strike and draw. Keeping, kind of want to hit a mountain here. Well, that's not too bad. We can do that. We'll rock here, go like this. Give us 2. Draw some more cards. Yeah, we'll do this to draw some more cards. And here we go. I guess we'll play this. Careful to not cycle it, right? And yeah, let's clear the way. Even though we have first strike, they're probably not going to attack, but I'm afraid of what they're going to do with all that mana. Call me a coward. Go for it. I don't mind. Boink. And there we go. Now, if I had my own personal Power 9, it'd be a lot different. Like Fireblast. I don't know. But that's, you know, that's all, what do you call, so any spell here wins it for us unless they have life gain. So that's a good place to be. Let me double check my feed here. Okay, just making sure we're all still there after last week's little Pauper things, strange weirdness going on there. Yeah. All right. Another W. This is some ramp. Okay. Let's see how we do here. Lava Dart's one of those cards, man. You look at it and you just kind of think, a little freshman, whatever. But in the right deck, brutal. 2, 3, 4 spells. Okay, I don't think it's worth bringing in the Cannonade. Stop me when you've heard that before, right? We got kind of trounced the last time we didn't do that. But this Warlord's Fury seems to be the worst card in the list. No offense, I mean, it's just sorcery-based and stuff. So I'm going to, I think I'm going to lose 3 of them and bring in 3 Martyrs. Maybe just 2, 3 I think is going to be a good call. Maybe just 2. You know what? I'm going to want to see them early. Yeah, I'll keep it at 3. What am I talking about? Yeah! Alrighty. Yeah, we just put Counterspell at number 1 just because it counters all those other things. Minus Storm, obviously, but... Okay, we've got the early Ashes, which I really like. So we're going to slow roll this. We'll keep here... Actually, you know what? I think we'd just be, given that we're up against a blue-based deck, or it has access to blue, I think it might be worth the, well, no. Sorry, I'm all scatterbrain today. There's a reason you play that first. It's because you have it in your hand. So we're just going to lead off with a dart here. And because a lot of times, having played Arbor Elf decks, as many of you probably have, you keep a hand like that because you have the elf. You don't expect that to go down, so... Wild Growth. Who was it that gave me the black bordered Wild Growth? I'm so sorry I don't have all this written down, but it's been doing this show like 6 years now, so it's been a while. All right, I want to do this. We don't really have access to much else. Let me, you know what? I'll just play the Martyr to make him just really kind of develop slowly. Put it out there. If he wants to kill it, it's fine. We got another one with a backup plan, Rite of Flame. You do not need to have haste with your Martyr of Ashes. Keep that in mind. There's no tap symbol for you new players out there. But unlike my favorite Crypt Rats, it doesn't kill flyers or people. And that's why Crypt Rats, I think, was number 5 on our list, right? Yeah, so if you're kind of morbidly curious, Journey to Nowhere, Weather the Storm, Pestilence, let's see... Snuff Out, Cast Down, yeah. Those were, I was trying to cut down like a list of about 13 or 14. And of course, you know, Chatterstorm, Galvanic Relay, all these things might eventually become the thing. I just didn't want to put it out there and then get a ban next week and then have to re-edit the video, to be honest with you. But slow as they're rolling out that ban, it's getting a little worrisome. Okay, we don't really need the first strike issues going on here. And I just want to draw a card to draw a card. But before we do that, let's loot. Let's loot. Sounds like the David Bowie song. Put on your loot shoes and dance the blues. Ooh, we could do a whole lot of stuff here. You know what? If I throw out this and this, we can have a really big relay turn here. Let's go like this, which will give us another one. Being careful to pull this here. All right. Yeah, man, come on now. I wanted to play a relay. I guess we can do it next turn. I mean, we'll do the relay here. And, yeah. Am I making any sense? I don't think so. We'll just relay here. We don't have to play them in an upkeep. We'll drop that Archer and hope for the best. Let's see what toys we're getting. Christmas morning, coming early. We got the Lava Dart showing up. That's always good. And, yeah. All right, let's click nice and slow and attack. Boom, boom. I don't know. Cooper the Red, it seems. And you know what? I've been, I ran into it. Yeah, the only 2 decks or 3 decks I beat there were technically only 2 because it was Tron twice and Chatterstorm. And I lost to a weenie build, which was shocking. My Crypt Rats were hiding from me and everything I drew was just lands. And can't remember the other one. I think it was like some weird teachings list. But yeah, it got there even against, what do you call, okay. We have Lava Dart. We can always respond that way. That'd be interesting, eh? Ready? Come on, land, please. All right. Cool, cool, cool. Let's do... We don't have haste. But with 19 on the stack there and a big old fat dude, I think we're going to be better served to bring out Kiln Fiend now. Do that. Let me get rid of the dart just so it's here. Boop. And we turn off this Gigantor mechanism here, even though that triggers the Fiend. Oh, is there an announcement coming? You guys are being cryptic again. Oh, all right. Here we go. I win the match. Hey, we're up to... Woo! All right, we'll just jump into another one here. But yeah, the black draw list I was messing about and just beat Shatterstorm by the skin of my teeth. Crypt Rats was always there. So next week there are banner restricted lists. All right. No other formats. Yeah, okay. So see, I knew what I was doing, right? Wink, wink. The week is long. I want to play first. Yes, the knowledge. Ooh, that's quite the name. Very tempted. So here's the deal. If we lead off with Rite of Flame, Kiln Fiend, it might be awesome, and I think we're forced to do it. We'll keep. But I think I'm going to Manamorphose in between that just to up my odds of drawing a land. We kind of have to go all in here, though. But this is going to be the one time our opponent isn't playing a forest, right? They're going to just drop Swamp, Disfigure, or you know what. So, but we can't play like that. We're kind of playing a reckless strategy. So let's keep that in mind and throw caution into the wind, my friends. Woo! Here we go. Hey, where were you last turn? Darn it. All right, we'll just do this. Thanks a lot, Expedite. One more turn, we would have had you. Barbaboka. I just like saying that name. Well, after a rough start with elves, feeling pretty good. Man, that is the best thing for a Kiln Fiend to see. You know, I wouldn't be surprised if Kiln Fiend lore just... Maybe they grew up surrounded by evolving wilds, like they just get thirsty when they see them, because it's just like, oh, free turn. I mean, obviously they could sack it for Snuff Out, take 4, and really surprise us, but pretty good times regardless. Well, I want to keep this back. I don't really need trample. I do need the draw. Let's draw. Try to find a land. We can always pitch dart. We will always yield on this because it gets a little tiresome to do that. Okay, we've got another Rite of Flame. This feels really good here, guys. We want to keep this. We'll discard this and I believe this. Now check this out. Boop. Do the math, folks. Do the math. Do the math. We got this to give us 3, which gives us this. Boop, ba, doop, boo. We might have a turn 1 kill. We've got Lava Dart in our yard. Good times. Boom, boom, boom. Smacko. Changeo. Teach you to play a wait around land. Smack. This turn 1 win brought to you by, or on their turn 1, right? Here I go exaggerating, but it is turn 2. Good times. The bad news, we don't know what the hell we're playing against, so that doesn't happen every day. It does with Kiln Fiend and Lava Darts. That's why we love that card so much. Yeah, the percentage is pretty high that Pyroblast will be needed in this matchup. But not that high. I'm going to bring in... Nah. I'm thinking of bringing in 2 and losing 2 Warlord's Fury. The reason I like Pyroblast, again, I can point this at a rock. It doesn't have to even be blue. I can point this at another Pyroblast. All right, we'll just jump in here. Boop. Yo. After a rough start, we're in the W category hardcore now. So is Pauper Tim in the chat? Is he hiding? Has anybody seen him? I haven't, I only got 2 eyes here and they're wearing glasses. So I'm a little perplexed sometimes because I know we owe him a burnt card. Or if anybody else wants to chime in at the end of the show and tune in your whatchamacallits, we can do that for you too. All right, so this is going to be more of a traditional winning here. We'll keep this. No reason not to. Much rather have a Kiln Fiend in this matchup, but I always say that too, Cooper the Red, but he just got He just Shiraz, slower, clearer, please. Translating live on air, not good. Alrighty, I'm just gonna draw a card. All right. Oh, he just came in. All right. Pauper Tim, we see you. And hopefully you stick around to the end of the show. Borked. I got you. All right, so black-white. What is this, some Pestilence build? Our guys aren't going to be long for this world, are they? Ew, we don't like that, but we do have Lava Darts just for that. It's sort of a white-based life deck. Is that what we're going up against here? Let's see what kind of removal they're running. I'm going to give them a life here, but all our spells are going to take them back. That's what that translated to? I'd need like 5 years in a think tank to figure that one out. I'll wait till I see him. Pauper Tim, when you hear this or see me, just, well, I guess we'll find out, as my son would say. Yeah, I feel like a hostel this week. I had 2 friends stay over for like 3 or 4 nights and then they're off to the Netherlands right now. They're like probably within yelling distance of Nim Chimpskey. And then, like I said, my other best magic buddy is coming by around Monday, Tuesday. So like within 1 week, it's like we just have like this Magic the Gathering bed and breakfast at our house. So it's pretty funny. Oh, I don't know. I should have said that with a wink, Nim Chimpskey. However, I just saw the Formula One race, and from what I could see, countryside looks beautiful. Alrighty. Yeah, we might as well just haste on over. We'll do this. Get back 2 of these life. These edict effects are actually pretty effective against a deck that only runs 12 cards like we do. So we'll not right click, we'll yield here and go from there. And a pretty long show last week, so we're going to probably have a pretty fast one this week. Yeah, it was funny when they panned out with one of the drone shots. It's just a ton of water, and I remember you talk about the floods. I'm sure it's not that. It's probably just some sort of water, body of water, lake, river, whatever. It was a pretty fast shot, but it got me thinking. I was like, oh man, looked nice and dry though. I know the last race got stopped because of weather. So, all right, the mug is done. It's time for the Coke. It was funny last video too. Somebody had chimed in from another country. I forget who they were, but bitching about the Coke Zero new formula too, and they had the audacity to name it the same. I'm like, you jerks. All right, we need a lava dart in the worst way. Man, those are cool sounding names, Nim Chimpskey. I wonder if it's genetics that makes me like that, being from that realm, or if I would just, no matter what my genetics were, if I would still like that terminology. But all right, let's see what we can see. We're going to draw some cards in the hopes of a relay. We don't have to draw 2 naked here. We'll say red, red. Nice and simple. All right, we'll do red, red. Come on, lava dart, please. Oops. Did I say red, red? I think I did. Oh, weird. I've never seen that happen before. That was strange. I need to keep that available. So we've already played a land, yes. And so we shall loot. Okay. Oh, I was remembering that from last game. That's 2, 3. All right, so we can get rid of this. And I think trample's going to be more important. Do that. This will get us 3. This will get us something else. We'll see. Be nice if we were chiming in with you know who. Right now, all we're doing is building up a whole lot of love for. Why not? We'll just play Crash Through. Hey, look at that. Darn it. Galvanic Relay. And we'll refill our hand next turn and go from there. Hopefully, let's see what the Christmas tree is hiding. We really want to see Expedite show up here and a Kiln Fiend. We have Kiln Fiend. We might draw Expedite. We'll be all right. AJ Mars. Clueless Cohort. Frame is great. Oh, thank you for that, Snuggle Foxes. Yeah, I often forget. Sometimes I do new ones. Sometimes I use old ones. I've got about 50 of them. So I try to make it a little color themed. I think last week I broke that rule. I was in Obnoxious Ring instead of Oblivion Ring, and I was playing black, so we'll try to mess it up. Nim Chimpskey with the deck list. Thank you for that. Yeah, and if you are watching, whether on YouTube or live right now, I know I just really want you guys. There's been so many playmats ordered this week. You're really making my week a little bit brighter. I'm not joking. I think it's around 20, but 2 of them were 3 each. And I've never seen such a windfall that way. So I was really tickled. But I really, it would be so cool if everybody sent in their picture and was part of the show, and I could put you, in the promo. I understand if you don't want to. It's privacy rights and all that stuff, but I sure would like to get your face up and be part of the silly little adventure I'm having here. Okay, let's see what we have to work with. We have a first strike. We've got trample. We don't have expedite. So I want to play... let me get the Kiln Fiend out here. Try to almost ignore our hand and just play creatures. I might have wanted to lead off with the Alchemist there. We'll give them their life. Just because we've already seen an edict, and I value the other one better. So, yeah, let's do this. Certainly. And since we have them, we might as well play them. They're just going to go bye-bye anyway, and we've already played our land, yes. Okay, so, sure, we'll just do this and say, well, we've already played a land. It's not all these creatures coming out, so I'll hold the Lava Dart for the Nova turn. I get a whole lot of nothing out of this other than just drawing a card here. It's going to be wasted anyway, so yeah. Thank you, Nim Chimpskey. I appreciate that. Yeah, make sure to use that. Like I said, code's all built in. Everything's all preset, so good times. So we're going to go crazy next turn, but not this turn. I wanted to play minus the sideboard because I truly just thought that was kind of an oversight of the Red Elemental Blast. I'd be very curious what the reasoning is. But there is, if you could bring this up, Nim Chimpskey or Shiraz, Crimson Wisps. I think that might be better than, what's that, Warlord's Fury. First strike. I like to trample with the Kiln Fiend. I don't like it, Pauper Tim. I mean, I like it in a vacuum, but not when you have 60 spots. I don't think it deserves one, is I guess my yeah. So I used to use Crimson Wisps in a Kiln Fiend list with Lava Darts and empty the warrens and stuff. So you can always do end of turn, and then Expedite came around, and so I think that instance pretty... Haste is huge. Kiln Fiend really shuts off a lot of stuff. So, boy, our opponents... You'd think they're streaming, right? Thanks a lot, Expedite. There you are. Oh, boy. Sometimes I tell you, I got double loot. Let's, you know what? Let's do the loot from here. We'll keep our hand a mystery. All right. Oh, we can get rid of, this. I'll get rid of another looting. And we'll just kind of slow roll this a little bit. I'll shoot the dude. Let's set up. I'll cast another loot. We can always pitch another land. There we go. Okay, we got a devastating turn. Next turn, got Lava Dart in the yard. We've got Expedite. We've got Crash Through. So our hand's going to get pretty much refilled. Dry Boom. Hey, how goes the adventures? Pretty cool. Not playing any D&D adventures, if that's what you mean. Wink, wink. But no, we're having a good old time. Playing a modified list of MakingSmartPlays 5.0 with a really new take on. I'm just calling it kind of fireworks. Usually does a whole lot of cantripping. So, alrighty. Well, we've got some options here, don't we? Let's hope they don't have removal. They probably do, but we can't play like that. Huzzah! We'll say haste. Another cast down, maybe? Maybe they'll see... Okay. Well, I'm going to slow roll this a little bit, guys. I could Lava Dart here, Crash Through. I want to bring out this dude. I'll even save the Lava Dart in the yard. I don't want to go too hardcore into this. And plus there's a cadence of the turn here with the wilds about to be popped and our opponent's been really hurting for mana. So a lot of times 17's pretty high life total. They might kind of want to invest this turn, set up board state, and then do stuff. So outside of an EOT like cast down or something, which almost made our Power 9 list. What's that? The moment, so proud Pauper players for that qualifier that I don't care. I'm not quite sure what you mean, but I think thank you. All right, so he grabs the forest. This is curious. Yeah, we had a cool turn 2 win, turn 1 on our opponent's time last round, so we're already on our close to our last game. It's like hour in and almost at our 5th game already, so maybe I'll play a 6th, who knows. Alrighty, let's do this and this. Let's play this. Activate here. Quite sure, I think. Let's do a crash through. Maybe we can draw into a land here. We'll click here, come the fireworks. We get trample. Trample for 0. It's a beautiful thing. Hey, that's cool. We'll do this. Careful to tap our dude here. Boink. Fireworks. Fireworks. And before we do anything, let's dart, because this will add some good stuff to our list, and we're going to fill up our hand with Relay anyway afterwards, which will probably make the Power 9 if it doesn't get banned, because it's a hell of a card, and people like Making Smart Plays are coming up with lists like this that are pretty awesome. Yeah. Oh, not activate. Point. We have a looting. Oh, nothing costs 1. All right. I'll just Fury here. And go like this. And from Lava Dart on, we don't get those toys. So this second Lava Dart's ours. Now win it. Just do this and then yield through the turn. Hiya! Yeah, I'll have to. Anybody got a? Please email me any official links, because I'm a little out of the loop. I've had, my oldest going off to college and stuff, so I haven't really been monitoring the main page. I've just been doing family stuff, looking for work, that sort of thing. So if you can, paupergan@gmail.com if there are official statements or being like called out links or things like that, because it's. I know a lot of articles seem like they just hit a wall. They're not able to really get much along the lines of progress made, or just kind of getting ignored. So I know Alex Holman's been doing a great job at just kind of calling Wizards out and just being like, this is not a fun format at the moment. I disagree about the fun part, but I do agree with wanting something to be done big time. Okay, let's you want to play these things first. We just win here. Click nice and slow. I mean, unless Prismatic's in the yard and he's got a whole lot of turn here, but we've got so much instant stuff, we could probably just do things in response, right? Sure, we'll just do this here. Play this. Fireworks in the house. We started slow, but we've been on fire since, as we slowly, I guess, remember how to play this, right? Yeah, we don't even have to attack here. We can just win. I'll let this through. And draw a card. I guess we'll just target this. Why not? Pay this. We got 2 darts in the yard. That's why he's dead. We don't even have to attack here. So it makes me wonder. Well, no, Flaring Pain's worth it for a variety of reasons, but it is funny to think we could just kind of go crazy here. And had, they've been at like 10 or 15 life or something, we'd obviously wouldn't go this crazy. We would keep enough room to cast the Galvanic Relay, but right now the Alchemist chops them down. So kind of a day of extremes. We lost to L's, 1/1 walls, 1/1 ramp, and then 1/1 what is this? Kind of a pestilence sort of control build. So, yeah. And that being said, I'm going to roll to a very cool thing from Scott Aukerman over at Comedy Bang Bang, who I had the pleasure of doing a few little projects to the side of. And really missed that show, Comedy Bang Bang, from long ago, as most of our things are. So I'm going to roll to that, and I'll be back right after this with a little coffee refill, and we'll play the last round, and maybe another one, who knows, or discuss something, or maybe play yet another list. I'll be right back, guys.
You are right, my friend. You are damn right. Dr. J Skyhook. 3 points.
Oh, damn.
Good.
You should join the NBA, Scott.
You really think so?
Yes.
Okay.
Hey, first game, Scott?
Yeah, I'm a little nervous. I've never even held a basketball.
There's a basketball right there. Don't be nervous. They only drafted me because I can dunk.
But you...
A donut. Hey, could you toss me a water?
No problem. O.J. Simpson goes back to pass.
3 points? Scott, you should play in the NFL.
Well, okay. Hey, so tell me the truth. How do you hold on to that ball?
You wanna know a secret? It's fun to fumble.
I thought so.
Hey, rookie. Time to suit up.
Hey now, that's a mean whistle. You should be a referee.
Well, I'm kind of a professional athlete. But okay.
Here's your whistle. Careful, it's dirty.
Hey, watch this. Dr. J drops back for a sky hook. 3 points.
Whoa, young blood. Where did you learn to shoot a can like that? Did you ever consider being a janitor?
Okay. Oh, hey, Eric. Hot enough for you?
Whoa, Scott. That was a great question. You ought to be a talk show host.
Okay.
Attention Propaganda Nights! Show your love of all things Papa with our Ultra Deluxe Playmats. And true to our Papa roots, the glorious artwork is 100% free.
Trying to give these guys everything they can get to me, and that's it.
Just send an email to propaganda@gmail.com with the subject 1, 2, or 3, and we'll send you the playmat file for free.
I gotta read it again because my mind is just a piece of shit this morning.
Just visit yourplaymat.com. Custom sleeves available too. Use code PROPAGANDA10YP.
And we're back. So I did know about that 60 land thing. I heard about that. I didn't see it in print, but yeah, that's pretty cool. Thank you, Nim Chimpskey. Yeah, see if we can hit a record for the week, man. We never sold so many. All right. Yeah, we've got a Rite of Flame. We're on the draw. We're feeling reckless. We'll keep. Yeah. Who goes there? So let me guess. See, it was kind of a coordinated thing, and the person yielded, and so they get a winning 5-0 list that's just all lands. Is that what the official thing was? Of course, this had to be a mountain across from us, but at least we will eat. You know what? I think I might want to. Wait, that's a target. Creatures. I'm considering here. Let's keep the Kiln Fiend back. We do have an Expedite, but seeing that we're up against a mountain here, I'm going to lean a little more heavy on the Alchemist here. We can at least target it with some of these other things. We don't need a target for this one. I was considering if we had 2 of these, I might have just burned them both to fix our mana, but we'll go from there. That's pretty cool. Yeah, that's a nice little weapon of choice. I'm upset I didn't think of it. That's great. It's a nice way to get their attention, right? Pretty hard to ignore that. Alrighty, well, Searing Blaze isn't in our opponent's hand. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Plus, you know, people can always kick down tickets or whatever. I've conceded to people that like give me, you know, a lot of tickets because it'd be their first 5-0 and I was about to ruin it. And so they're like, well, here's like more than what you would make if you won. And I'm like, all right, give me half and then half on the other thing. And otherwise I badmouth them on this show, right? All right, let's do this and try to draw some cards. We not really too concerned about trample. I'm going to keep those expedites as much as I can. Who knows? Maybe we're up against a mirror match. What do we have here? Magma Jet. You know, that's such a great card. It just shows the power of Pauper. Just almost never seen, but I like it in a lot of green-red lists where I try to just kind of be the solution to everything. So, and here we go. Give me a land, dang it. Well, we're just kind of stuck here. I can't complain. Other than the first round, we've been crushing people with a bunch of WW back-to-back. So it's about time the deck draws bad. Yikes. Not something we want to see. There are not miracles, no, and I think for the same reason there's not Fireblast. This is just super lean and always there's never kind of a dead card in your hand. I really kind of respect that design. Speaking of which, we'll do the activation of the Alchemist, and we will attack with a Kiln Fiend with haste if you look very closely, ladies and gentlemen. Hiya! Love Rite of Flame. Boink. And let's get out a Kiln Fiend. Make it extra red with Crimson Wisps. Just kidding, we're playing Expedite because it's new, I guess. Crimson Wisp has some pretty cool artwork, though. Oh, I see. Yeah. No, you're probably right, Barbaboka. Actually, you're probably dead right. That's the thing. Yeah, where's our mana? Come on now. Well, if they have removal, I thought they would have used it on the Alchemist, so maybe our Kiln Fiend will live. Who knows? Maybe it's... You know what? This might be that strange Avarax deck. That 3 and 2 white, and it kind of does a little... what do you call... you know, goes and fetches another copy of itself. You would know, Nim Chimpskey. You're like the king of mid-range. It's that weird philosophy in Magic, too, where like if you're playing a slow deck, it's better to play one that's just a little bit slower or something strange like that. I forget what the logic is on that, but hey, look at me playing correct Magic. I can block. Oh, guess I don't need to. All right, well, let's do this then. I'm not quite sure what you mean, Dry Bomber, but I'm intrigued. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. Creatures I control gain trample. That sounds cool. Let's do this. I'm just interested in the drawing the card part. Draw a card. Just in case I draw another Rite of Flame, or, well, I guess that's kind of impossible, but we'll do this to this. 3 cards left. We already have another Kiln Fiend and an Expedite. I'm considering just smashing through this and... Nah. Hey, maybe I will now. Of course, because I have first strike. Look at this. Whoa, slow down. Tap this. Boink. Warlord's Fury. Now I've got first strike. This does feel pretty good in this list. Draw a card. Give me something good. All right. Well, attack. First strike. Here we go. Oh, sorry about that. I'm a little slow on the uptick with puns, especially when I'm trying to play and narrate and blah, blah, blah. First strike, trample, feeling good. 4 gets through. And we can block. And we have mana. This strange thing called a mountain has shown up. I think we're only playing 3 of them. Feels that way. I love that skit from Scott Aukerman that we just saw at the break, where he just kind of goes full circle from talk show host to like NBA to... That's awesome. All right, our Expedite might actually expedite the game here a little bit. So we can block kind of indefinitely. Cool. That darn Tellus, man. Tellus, man. And they draw. And we draw. Here comes all the goods, right? All right. Well, we've got a nice opening. We don't have trample, though, or first strike and such, so... Let's do... this. I'll do this. Red. I said red. All right. Hey, we do have first strike there. That's pretty cool. Only played one card. I'm just going to play this here. Try to get there with the Alchemist. Draw a card. Give me a Lava Dart or something. We already played that. Yeah. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom. I don't want to do that, do I? I'm kind of stuck now. We'll say you get haste. Alrighty. Come on. Really wish we had a storm count availability here. We hit 4, but oh well. Got him at 2. Any Lava Dart wins the game here, but that Pristine Talisman we got to be careful of. It's really going to mess up my math. I think I'm going to regret pitching that Expedite, but we do have 2 more in the deck. That's why I would kind of favor that Crimson Wisps. All right, let's shoot, yield, and I don't know what else. Pow, we take 8. Given the nature of that list, we probably only have one more swing here, especially because they're going to draw 2 cards. Rite of Flame. Let's cycle here. Not what I wanted to see. Maybe this will eat some removal. All right. What do we have here? Splat. And his pirate lives. I'm surprised there isn't a better, or more of a mid-range build of like the Cyclops engine with, Seagate Oracle. For a while there was, it's just a traditional blue-red mid-range. Not leaning on fairies or anything, especially with that Cannonade, and I have Crimson Fleet Commander. It's pretty cool. I was always surprised when, what was that? Was it? I can't. I think it was Tedley Ted made the first Minotaur deck, or was it Obzin? I can't quite remember. Shrek is a pirate. Well, I'm actually going to be a little happy if we lose a game here. We've been kind of running amok. Was that the first game? I do believe it was. We'll say red. All right. These aren't going to do any good. I don't know if that's going to be worth it or not. I think we kind of have what we need. Lava Dart's not that great here, but it's always good because of the storm count and the Lava Dart activation and such. So let's look through here. Trample's kind of important. Expedite's extremely important. I don't think you ever want to cut that unless you cut your Kiln Fiends, and even then it's debatable. First strike. Let me get rid of 2 Furies, and I'll bring in 2 Martyrs of Ashes just in case things get out of control. But other than that, I think I'm going to leave everything where it's at. Try not to overextend too much, but, you know, that's kind of the nature of this style, right? Yo! As a squirrel looks across from us. I'm going to feel like a genius if that Power 9 sticks, and then next week, Chatterstorm and everything gets banned, be like, haha! Yeah. Last time we only had one land. We'll keep this. Roll out a little slower than usual. Lead off with the Forgotten Cave. Never really been a fan of 17 lands and doing that, but I know there's some heroic lists that run like 15 basics and 2 cyclers. The steps and the cave in this case, but it just always seems like it slows you down and doesn't get top decked when you're getting flooded. Am I alone in that? I think Nim Chimpskey will provide a little assurance there that it happens to him too. I'll lead off with an Alchemist. We've got Expedite. If he wants to eat removal, it's all right. I've seen some pretty interesting takes on the bans and, you know, thinking of like, let's not ban Chatterstorm. Let's try to just break, you know, like, what do you call, first day of class would be a huge step forward, right? I mean, I could see the arguments on that, but historically, unless you're like a year or two in Pauper, if you've been here for 5-10 years, you'll know that you provide that little bit of wiggle room, just like with Tron, and you know those blink effects. There's every set comes out with more and more toys, and it just gets more and more broken. So it's a pretty crazy place. Let's do this just to thin out our deck a bit. Who knows? Maybe run Street Wraith in this. I don't know. So far, it seems pretty great. Hiya! All right. Well, we can loot now. We've got targets. We like that. I'll save that for next turn. I've got one up, so we'll get rid of one of these and I guess one of these. Play the land. And I think I'm just gonna limp by like we don't have anything to do here. 1, 2, 3 will get us that. Actually, you know what? Let me well, that's 2. I just want to hit a land here. First strike's not really going to matter much here, and trample's not going to matter much. I just want to look a little bit desperate here. I want to hit a land so that I can really go crazy. All right, I'll double Expedite. We'll be all right. Now we look nice and naked, and maybe they'll tap out for a what do you call them? Pristine Talisman. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. Yo. Yeah, I remember Bonner's Ornament getting some flack, and now I'm just like, it seems a little too slow for me to really be on the radar there. I don't want to get too ban happy. And you could argue it's pretty easy to beat Tron if you get rid of a Tog, right? I mean, there's arguments for that too. Yeah, it's well said there, Dry Bummer. One mountain. Why can't they tap out so we can just fling? Or try to anyway. Yeah, it could be. The only problem with banning the lands is there's just so much deck design. We've been there too with Krarkt. Remember the 4 Krarks main, and just, God, you just have access to every color so evenly. It's just so beautiful when it works. But all right, we're probably walking right into a lightning bolt, but we can't play like that with this kind of a list, as I learned in that first game. Play Expedite, and if this resolves, nope. I guess the long and short of it is I kind of agree with everybody at some point with, you know, the observation. Similar to the Power 9 argument, right? Anybody can bring up any card unless it's like Expedite or something and be like, it's a Power 9 worthy. And it's like, well, there's a lot of arguments to be made. I just think the number of decks it could be included in, the historic value, the number of lists that are running it. I know somebody was, you could tell they weren't too into Pauper because they're like, is that white fog spell really that good? And it's like, if you just see it as a fog spell, yes. But if you see it as a double-sided Wrath of God, if you play it correctly, of course that's in there. It's a brutal card. All right, we're not up against much else other than... I want to play this land. And I'm going to loot from the yard here because I can pitch these two. We need to find some creatures. We got an Expedite in hand. Let's hope they tap out. Okay, I don't need this, and I don't need this. Boink. Yield through the turn. It'd be funny if another red deck's the thing that beats us, right? I think that Rakdos Carnarium is just there for the returnability of the Forgotten Cave. That's strange. You are probably right, Nim Chimpskey. Save the white borders. Yes, I think you're right. I probably should have put... it just felt sacrilege to not include Lightning Bolt, right? It's just such a heritage card, and it kind of encompasses like Firebolt, Scred, all the, Galvanic Blast, etc., and just kind of the grandfather of them, right? But yeah, Faithless Looting does definitely fit those parameters, so I definitely think I missed on that one. But that it was just because I was pulling from the YouTube audience over about 4 or 5 days. Everybody chimed in. If you guys haven't gone over to our community tab on PauperGanda, just PauperGanda, or youtube.com/PauperGanda, and then you go to community, and we have little polls and things like that, and it's a lot of fun. Pretty cool little group hanging out there. All right, this isn't going to be long for this world, but like I said all day, we can't really play like that here. Got to get a little reckless. Boop, boop. We'll at least draw some cards. That's cool. We'll just not do what we were going to do if you want to kill it right now. I would have waited till I put an Expedite on it. It didn't have one yet, so a little punt. But that also suggests maybe they've got just so much removal, it just doesn't even matter. We don't need Expedite at all here. I wish this didn't say target. That's the one good thing about the other spells, is they just say creatures you control get, and so you can just kind of cast them naked. We'll loot. Hopefully we just see 2 mountains and we clear out our turn. We don't really even need that, and it's better in the yard. We'll throw these both in the yard. That's the kind of loot I like. It's not the greatest play, but hey, that saved 2 turns, right? Mercadian Merchant. Islands were absent. Oh, yeah, well, you'll go blind trying to read what was absent, or coming up with terms, or go mute saying them, because there's honestly hundreds of cards that could be considered for the top. Wow, what a turn. Look at this. Who needs Kiln Fiend with haste, right? Just cascade into a Crimson Fleet commander, get Monarch. Oh, I thought they both had haste. I saw the crossover there. I was like, that's right, it's trample. I thought it was going to be 11 damage. Jeez. Yes, 60 islands. That'll be our deck next week. I predict we will not fare as well. That would be the most boring stream ever. If they don't ban anything, maybe I should do that, right? Okay. 1, 2, 3. We don't have long for the earth here. We'll do this. And 1, 2, 3. We can do that. Rite of Flame does work there. Yep. Do we have 2 Lava Darts? We do. And he's tapped out. This will be fun. I don't think we're going to win, but this will be fun. So we're going to Rite of Flame. Check this out. We're going to have Firebrand Archer. We'll Expedite it, and then we'll Lava Dart the commander and get, what do you call? Stuff. As we yield to the fiery lady. Pow! Bing! Draw me a card, please. Oh, man. That would have been really cool to pull that off, eh? We'll do this. Ping! And slowly the realization that we're still in this. Probably not. Rite of Flame takes care of our reckless use of the Lava Darts here. Being that we'll be able to accelerate into just about any combination of cards. Boy, where are our Galvanic Relays now? They are hiding from us. Yeah, I didn't either until recently, Pauper Tim. I don't know what made me think of it, but it is too hard of a decision. One of the best. We are the Monarch. Problem is we're taking at least 6 this turn. Crunch. Let's see. We got 1. Expedite. 2. Expedite. 2 left in the deck. Nope. Only 1. Yeah, Crimson Wisps, I think, might be an upgrade. I'll have to find Making Smart Plays online and ask him. positive he would have thought of that, and there must be a reasoning behind it, but we shall see. We're just here to play it kind of as is. I usually copy-paste identically when there's a cool like rogue list that makes it, but... And word of the wise, you can never be... You know, I've had plenty of times when I come through with some crazy rogue list back when I did play tournaments before the Tron Menace and the Squirrel Menace and all that. And, you know, I'll be the first one to tell you, sometimes you just get really, really lucky with your matchups. I've had metagames where you go in expecting, just recently, just Chatterstorm and, like, you know, Dimir Delver and maybe Elves, and you run in a heroic 4 out of 5 rounds. You're just like, you're looking around like, am I on camera here? Is somebody just, you know, having fun at my expense? So I think you should have listed like 128 Pauper cards. Well, if you look closely, that's my argument. I truly have every single Pauper card blinking on there. So I have mentioned them all. Relay, thank you for showing up. I think it might be a wee bit too late. And do we... I don't think we can even do that. We've seen a lot of removal. We've seen a braid. We're going to just die. We could do this into this, and that won't get us much. So I think we're just going to block. Oh, we play to win, right? We're down a game. We have to win this game. If he kills this, all right. Well, at least we know now the relay plan was bad because we would have taken 9. All right, and now we're dead. All right, so we go 3-2 on the day. That was pretty cool. We lost the first and last game. We won everyone in the middle, including all the good stuff there. So, yeah. So here I want to, instead of, I want to kind of go through a live, well, we still have the card to burn. Let's do that. But looking forward, I don't want to do it quite yet, but I think I would swap 2 of these for 2 Crimson Wisps. It's an instant draw card. Target creature becomes red and gains haste. You can play it on your opponent's turn and stuff. The benefit of having this Warlord's Fury, however, is what we just saw in that last game where you don't have a target and you're trying to top deck something. And these cantrips are great, but sometimes they don't have a target. These ones are great because you just play it. All your creatures get, you know, first strike. Well, I don't have any, but I still draw the card. And so there's an argument to be made there. So, yay! Late to the party, says Captain Vlad Tepes. Yeah, this is one of the fastest shows we've ever had. We were playing I guess I would call it fireworks because we'll go over the list, might as well. And then we're going to burn a card for Pauper Tim from last week. He saved up 10,000 Pauper points, and he's going to have a white bordered card to burn. Oh, before I even go over the list, though, Pauper Tim, your choices, my friend. Let me go to the big screen here. Apologies for my huge visage. Boop. All right, we've got Grave Digger, this disgusting white bordered card. The Ancient Sandstorm, used to see play back when Empty the Warrens was a thing. I think this is, a lot of you purists are going to get mad at this one. This is like a pretty old card, but white bordered plain. And the same thing with the COP Black. So yeah, we'll see what that's all about. Anyway, so the list. See if I can... Am I back on camera? I'm like gun shy from last week. We had so many technical issues. Okay, there we go. Just want to make sure I wasn't blinding you all there. So I am furious. Says, huh? Revised planes? Huh? Maybe relevant? Oh, if Relay got banned. Yeah, you know, 4 Crimson Wisps, that would be a good place to start because then you would just have this avalanche of 1-drops. So this gets a little cloggy, and I really like Rite of Flame in this. You could argue 2 Seething Songs main because if... we look at an old list of like, gosh, do I have my deluxe red in here? There's this one. Yeah, this is the last one I was running. I run 18, but I had the Mage Ring Bully, Kiln Fiend, and Burning Prophet. This thing gets pretty crazy. She doesn't look like much, but it's really nice when you use Burning Prophet and you can scry away your extra lands and such like that. But in Reckless Charge, just such a great card with the flashback. And then, of course, Faithless Looting, Lava Dart, Mutagenic Growth, BTE. Hey, maybe I should have played this. And then Soul Eater. So we're running a lot more creatures here. And we can just kind of go for it. But anyway, it's not the deck we're talking about. We're talking about this. So, yeah. Pauper Tim. Did you blink in Angler, Island, Blastoderm, or Giant Octopus? Angler was in there. Blastoderm was in there. But no Giant Octopus or Island. Oh, interesting. Okay, well, Pauper Tim, you got to make your decision here because we're going to burn your card, and then I'm going to open the windows and cut the show and go from there. So let me move the mic. I'll drop this down. We'll go big time here. Wah! All right. So what's the choice? Is it the Gravedigger? I got to move the mic just a bit so I don't get ashes on it. Gravedigger. Okay. So if you're just joining us, this is it's just a me thing. I hate white borders. We've got a few white borders left. I've got a promo running. You know what? I'll just run to it real quick so this will make a little bit of sense. So check this out. So that makes a little bit of sense, right? Okay, Pauper Tim, he did this last week. If anybody's curious, like, why does he get to do this? He saved up as you earn Pauper points in our little thing down here. Hey, while I'm on screen, you know, we've got all these cool emotes that I went and designed. And, like, check this out. I've got me in the car. We've got Flame Tongue Hot Sauce. We've got Shirazamon. We got Little Fight. We got me yelling. There's all kinds of ones. So, like, yeah, if I just hit enter here, check out all those things. So you can unlock those, but one of the coolest things, one of our biggest things is that you can get to burn a white bordered card. There's only 3 left, by the way. So, and I will not be continuing this because it's kind of makes the bedroom stink. So especially in the winter months to come, hopefully we're done with this contest or I'll just nix it. So anyway, guys, here we go. Gravedigger for Pauper Tim. Time to light him up, and we'll see you next week. Questions, comments, concerns, cool deck lists, all that good stuff, pauperganda@gmail.com. As I'm trying to get used to saying, please spread the word. Go tell somebody that doesn't know about Pauperganda about the channel. We're trying to get a little bit more media savvy as far as the whole subscribe thing and all that thing. So if you can help out and buy a playmat, whatever, good times. Support Pauper, all island decks. Hopefully this time next week, Chatterstorm will be a thing of the past. But until then, Gravedigger will be a thing of the past. Dun, dun, dun. Ooh, this is a loud one. He's stinky one too. Whoa. Woohoo. Okay. Well, there's a little bit of Gravedigger. I'll try to burn the other side too, just for the sheer artistic crunchery of it all. I know that's not a word, but I like to make up words. Woo. Okay, Pauper Tim. I hope it was worth it, my friend. These ashes prove otherwise. Yeah, down with white borders. We'll see you all next time on Pauperganda. Adios.